Hey everybody, it is Friday, April 17th, and we're going to go over the workout for today. It's two parts. The first part is going to be a strength component. If you have a barbell or a squat rack, we're going to be doing front squats. And we're going to do front squats in a wave, okay? So it's going to be 60% for 5 reps, 70% for 3 reps, and then 80% for 1 rep. You're going to do that, and you're going to start all the way back over, 60% for 5, 70 for 3, 80 for 1, and then we'll go through that a third set. And that's going to be your weightlifting. You're going to have 11 minutes to get through that. Now let's say you don't have a barbell or a squat rack, that's fine. We're going to be doing front squats plus a right foot lunge and a left foot lunge. And what we're going to do for that is we're going to kind of follow that same little sequence, but we're going to have a little different rep scheme. So for that one, we're going to be doing 8, 6, 4, and then 8, 6, 4. So a completed rep will be 1 front squat plus right leg lunge, left leg lunge, that's 1 rep. So you'll have 8 reps in that first set, then 6 reps, then 4, and then you'll start back at 8, then you do 6 reps, then you do 4. And that's going to be with hopefully maybe 2 dumbbells in that front rack or a kettlebell. It could be a medicine ball. If we are holding one object, we're going to hold it in a goblet style. So we're going to keep it in the center of our body up at our chest. That's going to be the strength component. The Metcon today is going to be a 14-minute AMRAP. Okay, so it's going to start off with 30 kettlebell swings, and those are going to be full American swings. And then we're going to go to 20 box jumps or box step ups. If you have something at the house that you can step onto, maybe a set of stairs, that will work. And then we're going to go into 10 handstand push-ups if you have an area at your house that you can do handstand push-ups. If not, we can do Pike push-ups, which I'll talk about, or we can do hand release push-ups. And then at the end, you have your choice to either do a 400-meter run or a 400-meter row. So if you have a rower at your house, you can certainly row in today's workout. That would be 1 round, and we're going to go for 14 minutes, getting through that as many rounds as we can. To begin our warm-up today, we're going to do 2 minutes of conditioning. So that means that you can run out a minute and run back a minute, or if you have something you can hop on like a bike, stationary bike, or a rower, let's hop on that piece of equipment and knock out 2 minutes at a nice warm-up pace, just getting the blood going. Once you get back from doing that, we're going to start into our lunge series. So you get into a nice long lunge, and we're going to lean forward and drive that knee over the foot, keeping our foot on the ground. For now, I'm going to keep my chest up nice and high, squeeze my butt, try and drive my opposite hip towards the ground. I'm going to hold this for about 20 seconds, and I'm going to hinge back and get into my hamstrings. And from here, I'm going to point and flex my toe. And I'll do about 5 of those point and flex, and then I'm going to hinge forward again, driving that knee forward, driving this hip towards the ground. I'm going to hold for another 20 seconds, and then I'll hinge back, and I'll do 5 more of those point and flexes. Once I finish with that, I'm going to switch sides and do that same thing on the other side. And once we've completed that, we're going to bring both of our feet together. We're going to grab onto the tops of our shoes, sit our butt down, make our chest big, and we're going to knock out 10 Bootstrapper Squats. So you're going to drive the butt up into the air and then sit your butt back down into that sumo squat, driving the knees out with your elbows. Once you've done 10 of those, we're going to bring this to the ground. All right, so from here, I'm going to place my palms flat on the ground. I'm going to kick one leg out to the side, and I'm going to rock back into my heels and then rock forward into my wrists. And I'm going to go ahead and do 5 with one leg kicked out, and then I'll switch and I'll kick out that other leg and do 5 more with that leg kicked out. And once I've completed that, we're going to get into that puppy dog stretch, trying to get into the chest and the lats. Open up for these front squats. So you're going to keep your butt up in the air, but you're going to drive your chest all the way to the ground, getting a good stretch. Hold this for about 20 seconds. Once you've done that, we're going to go ahead and push our right arm through our left, and you're going to drive that right armpit towards the floor, pressing actively into the ground. We're going to hold this for about 20 seconds. You're going to slowly come on out of that, and then you're going to switch, driving that left armpit towards the ground. Hold there. And then the last one we're going to do, we're going to take our elbows, or we're going to drive those into the floor, and we're going to push our head through. And when you're in this position, I want you to push down against the floor with your elbows for about 5 seconds, and then I want you to relax. And then you're going to push down against the floor, and then you're going to relax. And you're going to go through that for about 3 sets, okay? Now, once we finish with that, we're going to take this all the way to the ground into that prone position with our thumbs facing up. And take them out to the Y position. You're gonna squeeze, raise up into the Y, squeeze into this W position, press back into the Y, and that is 1 rep. I want you to do 10 reps. Once you've completed that, we're gonna pull our hands underneath our shoulders. We're gonna squeeze everything nice and tight, and we're gonna go with 5 half reps for the push-ups. So you're gonna squeeze, come up to parallel, back down. Squeeze, parallel, back down. Once you've done 5 of those, you're gonna press all the way up into this push-up position, okay? We're gonna go to parallel and up. So, not all the way down, press all the way up. Midway, press all the way up for 5, and then you guessed it, after you've done that, I want 5 full range of motion push-ups. Once we've completed that, we're gonna bring it back up to our feet, okay? So from here, we're gonna practice that option that you can have for the no barbell, okay? So it's gonna be an air squat, hit a nice solid air squat, and then I'm gonna take my right foot back, right foot lunge, left foot back, left foot lunge. Now I'm gonna bring my feet back into their position and knock out another air squat, all right? Right foot, left foot. That's 2 reps. I want you guys to do 5 reps for me without any extra weight. Once you have completed that, we're gonna go ahead and get some single leg RDLs in. So from here, we're gonna balance on the right leg with a slight bend to the knee. Hinge over, driving the heel up towards the sky. Squeeze to stand nice and tall, all right? So from a side view, heels traveling up. Wanna keep hips and shoulders together as much as possible, and then squeeze to stand, all right? Go ahead and give me 10 on one leg and then 10 on the other leg. Once you've completed that, we are nice and warm. We're gonna start talking about the movements. For our strength portion today, we have front squats. Even if we're not using a barbell, we still need to keep our chest upright and that nice high elbow position, okay? So whatever we're holding, we wanna keep it close to our body, not let it drop or let ourselves hunch over. So for the front squats today, if you're using a barbell, we're gonna be going a little bit heavier. You're gonna be going 60, 70, 80%, okay? For 5, 3, and 1 reps respectively. Now, if you do not have that, you're gonna be using dumbbell, kettlebell, medicine ball, whatever you have. Maybe it's a sandbag. I want to talk about some different ways to hold this, okay? So if we're in that front rack position with a dumbbell, it's still pretty easy to get into that front rack. That dumbbell is just going to be resting on the shoulders, and the elbow position still needs to be nice and high. From here, I'm going to front squat, all right? So sitting all the way back and down, and then I will follow it up with a right leg lunge and then a left leg lunge, and that will be 1 rep, okay? In that first set, you have 8 of those. If we're only holding 1 item today, you can hold that in the goblet position like so, or like so, okay? So nothing else changes. We hit that front squat position, lunge, lunge, and that is 1 rep, okay? Same thing if we were using a medicine ball. So we're gonna get through all our sets within the 11-minute time period. Okay, so now talking about part B, all right? This is gonna be our 14-minute AMRAP. It begins with 30 kettlebell swings, and these are gonna be full American swings. So that item's gonna go all the way overhead. If you have a kettlebell, we're gonna do that traditional swing. So we're gonna stand all the way up, all right? From here, you're hinging your butt back, your hips back, driving them open, and then fully reaching an overhead position. Punching those arms straight, pushing the head through, and having a nice upright position. Not leaning, and not letting that kettlebell stay out in front of us. If you are using a dumbbell today, dumbbells are a little bit harder to hold on to. They're not gonna be as friendly as the kettlebell. So here, just make sure you have a good grip on it and only go as far overhead as you feel like you have control. So if you're using a dumbbell, the dumbbell may be a little bit out in front of you as opposed to the kettlebell, okay? One of the reasons why I say that is because if you lose control of the dumbbell, you don't have as good of chances at being able to bring it safely to the ground, okay? So I'm gonna hold on to my dumbbell. I'm gonna do that same thing, got a nice tight grip on it, punch overhead. Like I said, as long as you feel comfortable, you can take it all the way overhead, make sure you can continue to have a grasp on it. You have 30 kettlebell swings. After those kettlebell swings, we have 20 box jumps or step ups. If you have a box, all right, and you wanna jump, you're gonna jump, land with both feet, and stand to a fully extended position. So 2-foot takeoff, land, stand, nice and tall in the box, and then I suggest stepping down, okay? If you would like to step up today, we're still only gonna do 20, so it'd be 10 each leg. I want your full foot on the box, step all the way up with that leg, and then put the other foot down, and then we can alternate from there, okay? If you would like to wear a weight vest in today's workout, that is an option. So if you're gonna make this a little bit more difficult, you can wear a weight vest with maybe 14 or 20 pounds added to that. So if we finish with these box jumps, we're gonna go into handstand push-ups. If you have a place you can kick up and you're proficient in handstand push-ups, go for it. If not, a few different options, okay? So the first option is just a pike push-up. So basically, we're gonna pike ourselves up, almost like a downward dog position where my butt's up in the air, and I'm gonna take myself to the ground, touch the floor, and push up and out of it. Now, one of the things I want you guys to focus on is making your hand positioning the same, okay? So what that means is that if I'm doing a handstand push-up, it's gonna look like this, okay? It's not gonna look like that. So try not to make your pike push-up look like that either. You wanna be able to see your elbows in your vision as you press up and out, okay? If you have a box, you could also do some handstand push-ups off that box. So you can simply place your knees on top of the box, pike your butt up into the air, make sure you're looking at the box, all right? So we can take the top of our head, tap the ground, and press up and out of it, okay? So that's also a good option if you have a box or something that you can raise yourself up on. The next option is gonna be a hand release push-up. So hand release push-up, I'm taking myself all the way to the ground, and I'm gonna release my hands and then press up and out of that. And you will have 10 of those handstand push-ups, pike push-ups, box push-ups, or hand release push-ups. Once you've completed that, you have a 400-meter run or row. So if you do not know the distance for a 400-meter run, simply run out about 40 seconds, then turn and run back 40 seconds. So we're making that a certain time length that we want you to be gone on your run. If you have a rower, feel free to use your rower today. So we have 14 minutes to cycle through as many rounds and reps as we can. Let's get after it. Let's work hard. Let's get ready for a weekend. See y'all.